Hello everyone, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and so if you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Echo, Jenna's Path. So the last place we left off, we had just convinced Flynn to go with us to the dam to stop Heather from flooding Echo. Will they be successful? Oh, I certainly hope so. Oh, I certainly hope so, for the sake of everyone and themselves. But anyway, guys, sit back and enjoy. Let me entertain you for the next 20 minutes, and let's jump right into it. Also, I am loving how divergent these paths are. This has turned out nothing like Leo's path, so I'm very much looking forward to the other paths in this game. Anyway, guys, let's jump right back into it. Alright, alarm chain, you're up, and let's go. That same voice, crackling and old, spoken in the same cadence as before. I glance over and Flynn's gone back to focusing on driving, with Jenna still looking at the road blankly. Oh, what's that backlog? I just skipped it. No one's reacting to this thing going off. Let's see if I can do that voice. It's like supposed to be like a southern voice. Like, hello, good sir. Is there a voice really coming from this old toy? I stare at the flashing green light and am reminded of the van from earlier. His voice felt much more vivid, alive, real sound. This one is like I'm remembering a sound, but I've never heard this voice before. And how are you? Huh? And how are you? It repeats. It's distorted, but it sounds like a woman's voice. Oh, okay, let's do a woman's voice. I've been better, that's for sure. Sorry to hear that. Oh, I guess it can read my thoughts? That's comforting. Things will get better soon. I start to consider sliding the walkie back into my pocket. Nothing this thing is saying can be doing me any good right now. especially noting that I'm the only one hearing it. Just more hallucinations, I guess. Crazy swamp gas, tulpa bullshit. It doesn't seem to be saying anything now. The minutes pass and I begin to relax some. I look past the device in my paw, the night sky reflected upon the surface of the lake, a streak of white light where the moon is. Not your fault. The voice comes through a little clearer. What do you mean? Not your fault. Intentions pure. The words start coming out even choppier, as if hastily clipped from an audio file. It was a loving act. One cannot fault themselves for a loving act. What are you talking about? I wish we could talk. More. But you have places to be. Places to be. The road begins taking us into the canyon proper, and the light on the walkie flicks off. Yep, that is indeed a dam. But is it the Black Mesa Dam? Fuck, hope that water's not filled with the damn ichthyosaurs. I've never actually been here before, I mutter. Fascinating. Now keep your fucking voice down. I can see your car up by the service building. The building itself isn't too large, only about 500 square feet with the windows on all sides. We creep forward, Flynn with rifle and grasp. Misha, Carl, TJ, and Leo are hunkered down behind the truck, out of the line of fire. Leo had been pretty insistent on going with us to approach, but both Jenna and Misha agreed that would probably be a bad idea. Unsurprisingly, we're the only vehicles parked out here. All right, Jenna whispers, wiggling her paws out on either side of her, as if to shake the nerves out. I'm going to announce myself and approach. Flynn, please just keep line of sight. Maybe she won't be as crazy out here? You know, on account of it being, less hummy or whatever. Flynn looks utterly goddamn perplexed at whatever I'm talking about. Honestly, I don't fully understand it myself, but its effects were pretty damn evident earlier. Well, that's a theory. It's all Jenna says, giving my waist a gentle pat, to which I frown. Okay, I need to set up. Flynn eyes an outcropping along the side of the canyon edge next to us, pointing to it. Ah, yes, a grassy knoll. Flynn, where were you that day, Flynn? The slope isn't too steep to climb, and the bushes and rocks act as natural cover for a vantage point. I'll be up there. If you need me to shoot, just make the Charlie horse symbol behind your back or something. The Charlie horse symbol? I ask. Flynn rolls his eyes, then moves his hand down to his thigh and makes the OK gesture with his fingers, but turned upside down. I recognize it instantly, moments before Flynn strikes my thigh with his knuckles. Ah! Jenna quickly shoves her paw over my muzzle, shooting a glare at Flynn. Flynn! Unacceptable! Flynn appears unapologetic, checking the lever on his repeater. Okay, I'm heading up. Jenna lets out a little puff of air, her tail still behind her. Flynn turns, glancing back at her. I got your back. She gives the Gila a grateful nod. Thank you, Flynn. There's a pause, and she speaks again. I'm glad you've cooled down since your outburst at the river. I know how much you wanted to talk. There's a strange timing to Jenna's words, a finality to them. As if she's getting words unsaid out in the open before facing the danger that awaits us. I think Flynn recognizes this, and he stops. Sid's dead. You two ain't. Let's keep it that way. Jenna and I stand there for a moment. Wow, I mutter. I can tell it's an oversimplification of Flynn's feelings on the matter, but right now, that particular spat can wait. The others are starting to peek their heads out from behind the truck, wondering what we're doing. Not too late to get back out, you know. Come on, Chase. Of course, I do appreciate the sentiment. I could always just take Carl's advice, though. He spoke to you? He was zonked out in the truck bed last I saw. She nods, lowering herself to a crouched position. I do the same, with a grimace. He mumbled, suplex her. I let out the music sail through my nose, untangling my tail from a bush I'm pushing through. Oh, Carl, good to have him back. As we approach, I can see the front door to the service building is open, light spewing out from the inside. We're far enough away that our truck isn't really visible. We prop ourselves up on either side of the door. Sniffling and distraught mumbling can be heard from inside, including the rapid flipping of pages and clicking noises from a computer terminal. Hey, Heather? The noises stop. Oh boy. Jenna looks over at me, lowering her voice. Chase, you may want to get back. What? No, I'm not leaving you. Jenna? You followed me? Here we go again. Jenna comes out from her cover and I peek in as well. Inside, a computer with a bunch of monitors hooked up on the wall. Inside, a computer with a bunch of monitors hooked up on the wall is turned on. One of those monitors has a window open called floodgate control. Maybe she knew what she was doing after all. Chase? I grimaced, trying to quickly shift it into a smile. Hi! I can practically feel the cringe from Jenna beside me. I don't know why I said hello like that. A long night. I cleared my throat. We wanted to make sure you were okay, and maybe see if you wanted to maybe reconsider your course of action. Heather reaches over toward the desk, and next thing I know, she has her pistol trained on us. We quickly duck back behind the wall. You two can't stop me! I know this is what I have to do! I saw the future in like a dream, a waking dream. Everything worked out, everything was underwater. There was peace. This has to be done. It has to be done! Her eyes flicked to murky black water at the foot of the dam. There was quiet. It was a dream, but it wasn't a dream, you know what I mean? Jenna watches Heather, keeping close appraisal of her twitchy hand upon that revolver. Yeah, I do. Jenna responds flatly. I think we all do at this point, at least somewhat. I can see Flynn up on the rock ledge, moonlight glinting off the metal barrel in his repeater. He's looking at us with a curious expression. Then you understand. You don't, do you? The question must have been rhetorical because she answers it before we can. I knew it! I should have stopped you when you broke into my house. You're bad, just like the rest of them. She raises the gun. There's the pitter-patter of small feet behind me, and next thing I know, Misha's right at my side. One of his paws is on the small of my back, the other outstretched in front of us. Whoa, wait a sec. Heather's tear-filled eyes shift to the bat. You again? God, why are you all here? Hear me the fuck out. No! You hear me out, idiot! Keith was like an umbrella. All the bad stuff just bounced off when he was around. After Keith left, everything went to crap, and you know it. Everything started getting weird or leaving. You left, so you never saw how bad it got. You didn't have to watch it happen. We were all such good friends, and it's like I'm watching everyone dying. I feel like I'm dying, Misha. Everything hurts, and I can't think well anymore. And Daddy... She takes in a sharp inhale in between her fangs, sputtering a bubble of spit before catching her breath. I just need to make it all go away, and everything will be fine. I'm gonna move somewhere happy. You can move and be happy right the fuck now. Nothing is stopping you. Misha spits back. This is just the hum talking. You and I know better. You and I know how this shit goes. It'll pass and you'll feel better. We'll all feel better. No! She screams and Misha quickly ducks behind the edge of the doorway. She brings up her revolver. I do the same, though for a second, I think I see a flash of color behind her that wasn't there before. I peek past the edge of the concrete wall long enough to realize what it is. Jenna sees it too. That same tall, burned figure from Brian's trailer. It looms in the back of the room, staring at us, waiting. It's almost like a statue, unmoving beyond little twitches where it suddenly shifted its position. It's unstable, or at least that's the best way I can describe it. Jenna? I see it. Heather's ranting about something, but I can't really focus. It's getting closer, another foot nearer to Heather. What the shit? Jenna steps out from behind the wall suddenly, holding up the palms of her paws. Wait! Astonishingly, both Heather and the thing stop. No, it's still very much there, looming in the background. It's as if the world itself is distorting around it. 3 holes pierce its face where the eyes and mouth should be. I look back up toward where Flynn is at. He definitely should be able to see this thing, and I half expect a shot to ring out at any moment. When I glance back, the thing isn't looking at Heather anymore. Its dark holes are aimed toward the hill outside the door, where Flynn is. Heather stands wide stance, her finger an inch from the trigger. Heather, when I was growing up, I was very fortunate. It's not something I truly realized until relatively recently. Despite my circumstances at home, I truly had some incredible people and other things. Jenna's eyes briefly flick up to the figure. Looking out for me. The figure's head tilts ever so slightly. Brian is dead. Your father, he's certainly fucking dead. There's some zeal to Jenna's words, and it becomes rather evident she thinks this is a good thing. And they can't hurt you anymore. Yeah, I was right about how his dad treats her. Yep, that is fucking horrifying. Well, at least she got him. A thick tear streaks down Heather's cheek as Jenna takes a step closer, pointing outside to the south. Back in town, there's still people who genuinely care about you. The ones who have stuck with you throughout all this. Jeremy, he's a complete turd, and I'd give him a piece of my mind if I saw him. But he genuinely likes you. Same with Clint. But Clint talks about all the things we used to do to you guys growing up. All the things that were said. Why are you saying they're good? What we do as children does not have to define us as adults. Heather, I don't honestly believe you want to hurt your friends. Heather shudders, hugging herself. I'd honestly be tempted to rush her for the gun if that thing weren't still standing behind her, watching Jenna speak. Heather sobs, her thin wrists trembling as if the weight of the pistol in her paws had burdened her for too long. Finally, they droop, the gun limply hitting the floor. I flinch, though. Thankfully, it doesn't go off. The red entity lingers so close to Heather, it's practically touching her. Then, it's as if a great silent wind sucks it backward, its body contorting to the pull, a strip of its flesh disappearing in the void. And then it vanishes, fading into nothing. I rub my eyes. It's gone. I can hear Jenna shudder beside me, before stepping up and taking the guide and keys and tossing them promptly into the water below. Misha picks up the gun, flicking open the chamber and spinning it with his thumb. Out of bullets! Fucking hell. Flynn skids down the hall, nearly tripping as he hustles over. You mad fucking tit dirts actually did it! You mad fucking tit dirts? What the fuck, Flynn? Oh my god, Flynn. Misha and Jenna are staring at the spot where the monster was moments ago. Flynn, despite having us in his sights the whole time, seems oblivious. You should get the key to the city or some shit. Though that probably only unlocks an outhouse or something. Misha walks past him, letting out a string of unintelligible expletives and shaking his head. Oh, it's beautiful. The sun begins to rise past the mountains to the east, the sky starting to become illuminated with purple and amber hues. In the distance, you can just barely make out one of the Mormon settlements down the river, on the edge of the reservation. I rest my head against the side of the truck, mentally exhausted beyond words. I try to think of the entity, but it's like trying to remember a dream, a fading horror that seems surreal at the time, but surely couldn't be. There's a soft thud beside me, and I soon realize it's Leo's butt, the wolf holding his concussed head in both paws as he rests beside me. Ugh! About ready to head out, Otter? TJ and Carl approach, the ram shivering and the lynx gently rubbing his back.
Oh, we're going?
He helps the ram up into the back. I mean, in a bit, I guess. Jenna and Misha are talking to Heather. Flynn wanders over, throwing the rifle in the back before leaning his rump against the tire. In the past, when shit got tough, the lizard would always run off to deal with things on his own terms. Yet here he is, slumped and exhausted like the rest of us. Finally, Jenna joins us. I give her a little thumbs up as I pass. She returns the gesture before sitting down as well. She props her chin up in her paws, her fluffy tail perked up to avoid getting smushed in the dirt. We sit in relative silence, beyond the faint sound of crickets and gently lapping water.
You know, I'm gonna miss this place.
Jenna glances over, frowning some.
You know I was joking, right? I expected some laughter there.
I think you're plenty funny, Jenna, I respond, tiredly. Misha, seemingly out of nowhere, comes up and props his elbow on the hood. Shut up, Chase. Now, are we fucking off or what? Is that it? Ooh. Did I get the good ending for Jenna? I dab my napkin in TJ's glass of water, wiping off the sticky syrup stain on my seat before sitting down. The lynx gives me a little look before taking a sip from his glass. Ah, about time. Here they come. Flynn's peering out the window toward the sheriff's office across the street. Sure enough, our trio of friends exits through the glass double doors, checking for traffic before crossing over to us. A few reporters from the parking lot spot them and try to get their attention, but Leo ushers them forward. He mutters something and Misha laughs, glancing over his shoulder. Jenna just shakes her head, clearly annoyed but relieved nonetheless. A few more squad cars roll out, honking at the news vans to get out of the way before heading down in the direction of Echo.
The police sure were busy in there.
Yeah, no wonder. They're all going to be in deep shit for their lack of response to all this. What was it, 14 hours before they even sent out a squad car to investigate the blackout?
Well, the detective I talked to claimed they sent them out earlier, but there was some kind of traffic trouble. They couldn't get to us.
Oh yeah, traffic trouble. That sure is a fucking valid excuse to ignore a whole town suddenly losing its internet and telephone communications. Flynn grunts, the Gil looking over toward the quiet ram at his side. He's still wearing his dirty tank top, though the EMT's bandaged up the cuts on his arms and fetlocks. Fortunately, Leo's dad called and said that he's going to pick up a fresh pair of clothes for him. He also stated that Leo, Flynn, and Carl could stay over at their house while the authorities sort everything out. Since I closed off the Flint Road access to Echo, no one can exactly go back for their stuff. Not that we're in any rush to go back, of course. The ram stares at the checkerboard pattern tabletop, saying nothing. Flynn frowns, nudging the ram with his shoulder. Hey, fat ass, why don't you take a look at the menu? I bet some chocolate chip waffles and ice cream sounds good right about now, eh? The lizard smiles down at him as he slides over a menu. Carl looks up for a moment, then sluggishly flips it open.
Hey, I think they serve your parents' brand of ice cream here.
TJ forces a smile, which is a strange sight in and of itself. A happy face usually comes so naturally to the lynx, but now he just looks frazzled. Understandable, really. So, something cold sounds good right about now. Wait, no. Why did that sound southern? I did not mean for that to sound so southern. Fuck yeah, I bet. The ram flips to the next page, though I can see he's not really reading anything. His face starts to scrunch and he exhales through his flared nostrils. He scrunches again, and soon his gaze falters. His arms begins to shake. His eyes press shut and he lets out a nearly inaudible sob, tears rolling down his cheeks. Flynn reaches over and puts an arm around him, tugging him close. Shh, it's okay. He squeezes the ram's shoulder. Carl sniffs, hiccuping once before letting his muzzle push into Flynn's chest. TJ looks away, his own eyes beginning to water again. I'm going to order you the banana split and a big glass of lemonade. He pauses. Also a salad for your health and shit. The lynx begins to quietly cry, though keeps his face hidden by a napkin. He must be making quite the scene for the other folks in here, but I rightly don't give too much of a damn. However, this is all making me realize that I sure could go for a hug right about now. Flynn, still holding the traumatized ram, looks at me across the booth with a soft frown. As the two non-weeping members of our group here, I guess there's some solidarity in that. Not that I felt particularly great or anything. I certainly feel a lot less numb than I did in Echo, though. Thinking about all that happened really freaks me out, so I've just been trying not to. At least right now. Chase!
Yeah?
Thanks. His tone of voice is so strange and sincere. I can't hide my look of surprise. No problem, though I think we owe the most to Jenna and Misha. Yeah, I already talked to them at the station. Never would have thought that little shithead bat would ever do anything that didn't serve himself. Yeah, he's pretty cool, I guess. I kind of think he would get along with him. Flynn lets out a little grunt, running a hand up and down along the ram's arm. Wouldn't push it that far. I guess we'll never know, because I'm moving the fuck out quick like. My house is probably worth jack shit now, even less than it was before. But I'll worry about money later. TJ wipes his eyes, clearing his throat. Maybe you could start one of those online fundraiser things, since this is getting so much attention on the news. I'm sure there are plenty of people like the folks at my church who would be happy to donate to help get you on your feet. Alright guys, I'm going to pause it right here. That next video is probably going to be the end of Jenna's route. Man, I'm loving this. So after the end of Jenna's route, I think I'm going to do some of the shorter stories that they have included in the new update. Oh, pardon me guys. And then I will put it to a vote on which of the next 3 routes you guys want me to do. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!